everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're filming episode 9 of the Lunar podcast, and I am very excited. I think it's been about 2.5 to 3 weeks since my last podcast, which I think that's about average for me recently, so we're doing good, guys. Today is quite a nice day here in Columbus, Ohio, where we're located. I live here with my husband, Adam, and my 2 wonderful dogs, Roxy and Makoa, who are just lounging around, so you may hear some background noise every once in a while as they move around. But it's a pretty nice day here. I think there's storms in the forecast for a little bit later, but we shall see. It has been forecasted for the past few days, but we haven't seen any of it, so I'll be curious to see if it actually happens this time. But we have a very exciting podcast episode today. I have 3 or 4 finished items and several works in progresses that you guys haven't seen yet. And I don't have very many acquisitions, but I do have a couple of sewing items to show you. Nothing too big, but I'll do that at the end just in case you're not interested. But before we get started, I kind of wanted to talk about my really cute dress that I just got yesterday. So normally I am a thrift shopper. I really like to go to secondhand stores. I worked at Plato's Closet for about 7 years, off and on through high school and college. So I really have a special place for Plato's Closet. So I go there quite often. But I haven't been finding the items that I've been wanting to add to my wardrobe lately. I have a very minimal wardrobe, and recently I have lost about 30 pounds over the last few months. So everything that I've had in the past that's been in my closet for years and years that I love, it just doesn't fit the same way anymore. So I have been dying to upgrade my wardrobe for the upcoming season into fall and for a few years now. So I decided to go to Target and check out their really cute clothes. This isn't a podcast about clothes, you guys. This is a podcast about knitting, so I'm gonna hurry up. But anyways, I found this really cute dress. I don't know how well you guys can see, but it's really nice and flowy, and it's got buttons down the front. I thought this would be really versatile, and I could put some sweaters over it in the fall time. And yeah, it's great. I am really short, so it does go just past my knees, which is a kind of an awkward length, but at the same time, I don't really care. And I did get a couple of other items as well, another dress that would be a great transitional piece, and yeah. So I think items like this are really fun. I do eventually want to be able to make my own items like this that I can have in my wardrobe for years and years, and it can be a me-made wardrobe, because that is definitely a goal that I have for my life, is to eventually just have a wardrobe of all handmade items. So this is going to be a great piece to have until then, though. So yes, if you were wondering where my dress is from, it's from Target. Okay, let's move on to finished items. Let's go. Okay, so the first item I do not have with me, but I did post a picture on my Instagram. I may post one here. If I can do that. I'm not the best at editing. But I finished the glimmer socks that I was making my mom for Mother's Day. They did get to her 3 days late. They arrived the Wednesday after Mother's Day. She sent me a picture and they fit her so well. And I'm so excited about it. They turned out beautiful, and I can't wait to make myself a pair with the leftovers. It's gonna be, yeah, that might be the next thing I cast on for myself, sock-wise. But let's move on to the things that I do have here. I was gonna film a video before I ship them off, but I just needed to get them out. I had to get them in the mail. I didn't have time, and I kind of forgot, so there's that. But I'll try to be better in the future, you guys. I'll try. And I did block those. I was a little worried to block them, but they were small, so I decided to go ahead and block them, and they looked so good when I took them off the blockers to pack them up. I was so happy, so yeah. Anyways, the next pair of socks that I finished was for myself, and I made myself a vanilla pair of socks out of Ford Explorers, not Ford Explorers, she changed her name, Explorers Knits and Fibers National Park Collection. This was her very first one. You may recognize it from a podcast episode I had a couple months ago. I did a sample knit for her, and this is the leftovers from the sample knit. I made myself a pair of socks. So I just did a very vanilla sock. I think this is like a 2.5 inch cuff or foot section here, and then I did a German short row heel. It's just the easiest. It's so simple and it's so fast, so I just go with that. I haven't really tried anything else other than a slip stitch heel flap and gusset, and that just takes so long. And honestly, I don't know if I really tell the difference in fit. I'm not very picky at all with socks, so. And then it's just a wedged toe. But I love the contrast color with this color. I love the height. This is my preferred height on my socks. And then I believe this is a 60 stitch cast on. So, and I haven't wet blocked these, but I wanted to show you guys. I just dry block mine. So as I finish a sock, I just put it on the blocker and I leave it on there until like the day after I finish the other sock, or like a couple days whenever I remember to take it off. And it makes them look so much nicer. It just stretches them out a little bit. You don't really have to wash them right away until you wear them, because I think that's silly. I'm just gonna put it on my foot. So that's a little tip. Just dry block it on your blocker. It'll just stretch them out a little bit. So that's my first pair of vanilla socks that I have finished. For myself, I have really tiny feet and I don't do like a 5-inch cuff or whatever leg. I do shorties, so they don't take that long, and I have a size 6 foot, if you're wondering. I did finish another pair of shorty socks for myself. This is, I showed it in a couple episodes. I got this on local yarn shop day. This is by Stitch Together. It was a kit that I got at my local yarn shop from, I believe it was left over from 2018's local yarn store day. So it's a limited edition colorway. You can't get it anymore, and it came with this contrasting color. And I only did the heel because I'm making my husband a matching pair, so I wanted to make sure I had enough yarn to use contrasting colors in his as well. I think he wants his toe to be the contrasting color. But I dry blocked these as well. I think I made both pairs in about 4 days each. So like I said, my socks do not take very long. I like to use the Chiagu 12-inch circulars, the red lace ones. Those are my favorite method to knit socks with. It's just so much easier. I do like the magic loop if I have to, and I have an acquisition that, you know what, I'll go ahead and show you right now. This might be random, but it's my only acquisition, and it kind of fits in here. So I'm gonna try out these. These are the curved double pointed needles by Nico. So Diane, the owner of the company, she reached out to me and asked if she could send me some of these to try out. So she had an idea for curved circular needles, and she got these patented. So they are flexible, as you can see, but they're essentially just double pointed needles that are curved. And I saw somebody else using them. I'm not sure if she was just using like 2 or if she was using the third one to like use like a double pointed needle. But I'm very interested to see these. I think they're great. They're color coordinated. So these are the 2.5 millimeter, so they're green, but all the sizes, they have a different color. I do usually use 2.25 millimeter for my socks, so I will have to figure out my gauge with these. But I'm excited to tell you guys what I think of them, because I love trying out new knitting tools, because you never know what you like best, and this is something new and innovative I've never seen before. It may be out there, but I've never seen it, and I'm excited to see if I enjoyed this more, or if I like my 12-inch circulars more, which I think I probably will, but you never know. If you are curious, this is a German company located in Germany, but I believe she ships international. So if you're interested in trying something like this out, I definitely would recommend giving it a go. I was talking to one of my friends who was also trying these, and she said she really liked them. She's not typically a double pointed needle user either, but she said she was finding these very simple to use and she liked them better than double pointed needles. So yes, there's that. That's my only acquisition that I'm going to show you separately. Everything else is already being knitted up, so I'll just show you when I get to that. But I do have one last finished object, and it's going to be the biggest one. The other ones were just socks, but my other finished item, sorry if I'm all over the place. I feel like I'm all over the place. It's fine. Okay. I also feel like I'm speed talking, so I'm gonna try to slow down. Okay, so my other finished item is my Nordiska sweater. This is a pattern by Caitlin Hunter or Boyland Knitworks. You can find her on Instagram under that name. And this is her Nordiska sweater pattern, which is just a cropped V-neck colorwork sweater, as you can tell with your eyes. I used Lane and Lotus, my friend Jen, it's her company. She hand dyed this yarn and it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. I just recently learned that her base was 75-25, so I was wondering why it was so much stretchier and squishier than like an 80-20, but I didn't pay attention to her like wrapping because her yarn is just beautiful. I don't care what the base is because I like it. Anyways, I used her First Things First colorway, which is this brown. I did not alternate skeins. I used one full skein for the body of the sweater and the, what is this called? The ribbing? Yeah, just the neckline. Yeah, neckline. That all took one, and then I used the second cake that I had for the sleeves. So I did have quite a bit of that left over. I had quite a bit of all of these colors left over, which is great. I'm gonna turn them into a pair of colorwork socks. I'm kind of thinking about the Waiting for Henry socks by Hey Sister. I forget their name, but I think it's Rachel, maybe? I don't know. The Waiting for Henry socks, you can look it up on Ravelry under that name, but regardless, back to the sweater. Let's see. I don't think I made any modifications. I made the neckline only 1.5 inches because I was running out of yarn and I didn't want to break into the second cake to finish it. So we just stopped at 1.5 inches and I used Ginny's surprisingly stretchy bind off for everything and it worked great. Yeah, I did everything according to pattern. Like, I'm pretty positive about that. And guys, I never finished telling you the colors. I'm all over the place. First things first is the brown. The white is Tattered Linen, and the yellow is Autumnal Equinox. So, yeah, it fits really well. I didn't measure to see if it was part of, like, to the schematics, but I know my gauge was a little tighter than Caitlin's on this one, so I imagine it came out smaller. I made the size small. I really like the way it fits. It wouldn't really go with this dress, but yeah, I'd wear it over a dress because it is pretty cropped. I think it's right above my belly button, if not at my belly button. And it did like grow and get really drapey after I blocked it. Also, I used a yuzu scented soak and it smells really good. So, I love the cabling raglan here. It's such a cute detail and the color work on the sleeves is just, you know, it's pretty great, guys. I don't know what else to say about it. I love it. I follow the pattern exactly. Caitlin's brilliant. I literally own every pattern she's ever come out with. That's not true, but it's pretty close to true. I counted how many I have, and I think it was 11. I counted them last night actually, but I may rip out this sleeve and redo the bind off because it's not nearly as stretchy as this sleeve. Also, if you're wondering, the sleeves go to my elbow, which I think is really cute. So I could wear this on a colder like summer day or spring day, but it'll probably get a lot of wear in the fall just because of the colors. So there she is, the Nordiska. Love it. I had a lot of trouble getting the arms done. I really did not want to do them. I finished one arm and then I like forced myself to do the second one. They're not long arms at all. I just really did not want to do it, you guys. Didn't. And as I was knitting it, I still did not want to do it, but I managed to finish it. I finished it in the same day because this is literally the sleeve. Just that's it. So it doesn't take a long time. The first one that I knit when I did the sample knit for Cozy Posy, that one I knit the entire thing in like a week. So it doesn't take long, but if you knit one already, you're probably not going to want to. I had the yarn in my stash, so I just had to make this because that's what it was meant to be. So I'm glad I did. I'm glad I have it. I'm very pleased. I think it came out really well, and I'm learning a lot about color dominance from like the sleeves. I felt like the first one I did wasn't as good as the second one, but yeah. Anyways, moving along, that's my Nordika finished objects. That's all my finished objects and my acquisitions that I had. And now we're going to move on to works in progresses because there's some exciting ones and I just can't wait to talk to you about them. I feel like I talked to my husband about them and he's really sweet and he like sits there, but he doesn't want to hear about it. He pretends he's really sweet and he'll try to like have a conversation back, but like I just need to get this out to you guys. So I think that's like my favorite part of the podcast, and I like that I don't have it like so strict, like I'm gonna have a video out every every second Wednesday. Like I could never do that and it wouldn't be fun for me. I just like to be in the mood and be like, I'm gonna film a podcast, let's go. Move on to works in progresses. I have a half finished object that I'm gonna show you. So if you guys have been around on my channel for a while, you know that I sometimes do patterns for a company called Hobium Yarns, and I am going to be working with them again on a pattern that I'm going to show you. I saw a yarn, this one right here, on their Instagram that they posted, and I just needed it. So I reached out to my contact and I was like, hey, let's work together. I want to make a pair of socks with this yarn. Can we do it? And they were like, absolutely. They sent it out, got it, and I cast it on right away because it's great. I'm going to go into more depth about the yarn and the pattern and everything in a separate video where I'm going to have like an unboxing, a review, and a pattern release thing. So if you want to know more about it, check out that video when it comes out in a few weeks and you'll hear everything. But I'm just going to show you the pattern because I finished one of the socks. So let me slide it on my blocker and give you the details. So here it is. This was a little bit disappointing because it like started off really dark and then got really light, and I like them both. I just wish it was consistent through the whole sock and not like dark and light. I wish it was either light or all dark. But regardless, it's still beautiful and I absolutely love it. I think this yarn was really great choice for the socks. It feels really durable. It feels really nice. And I did block this one just to see what it felt like after blocking. But here it is. It has a twisted rib cuff, about a 4-inch leg, and a garter stitch German short row heel. And then it has a wedged toe and a lace design in the front. So let me take it off and see if we can show you this lace design a bit better. It's easier to see in the white part, in my opinion. So there's the lace, if you can see that. I hope so. I can't see what's happening with the camera at all. So I'm leaving it to you guys to hopefully be able to see this. Anyways, and then here is the heel. The heel is my favorite part. Actually, I just love the whole sock. I can't even say that. Look how good it looks when it's blocked. That's so cute. I really liked this length for socks because I wear a lot of booties in the fall time. So like little ankle booties, and I thought that this would just stick out perfectly in those, and I can't wait to wear them. It's gonna be way too hot to wear these for a while, but they're really pretty. I love the yarn. I've cast it on the second one and I've successfully finished the ribbing. But the yarn is so pretty. If you can't quite tell on the camera, it is a cream base, so like a bare base, and it has speckles of like a deep yellow mustardy color. There's purples and turquoises and greens, and I love it. It's gonna be so cute with my whole wardrobe. Sorry if you can hear my dog scratching himself. It's just what dogs do. And that is all being kept in my favorite sock bag, which is a little too small. I have way too much stuff in here right now. I gotta take that out. Excuse me. I made this one. This is just a watermelon bag. I'm gonna put everything back in there. I want to keep it all together away from my hairy dogs. That's that. That item is finished. I was gonna say pow, that item is finished because my husband is Polynesian and the word for done / finished is pow, P-A-U. So I was gonna say that, and then I was like, they're gonna be like, what is she talking about? and yet here we are still talking about it. Okay, so I have 2 more things that I'm going to show you today. I think 2 more works in progresses that I'm going to show you. The first one is living in this adorable dinosaur bag that I finished recently. It's not the best. I didn't do that great of a job at putting the zipper in, but other than that, it's really cute. I like it. It's got dog hair all over it, and probably some mohair because of this project. So this is by Leanie Hoy, and it's called like the Arua top. I don't know. I'll put it here on the screen if I remember. If not, I'm so sorry. I'll try my best to link it down below. I'm trying to be better at that. I don't necessarily like to do show notes because I feel like nobody really reads those or whatever, but I like to link things in the description box now, so always check the description box if you want to see something that I talked about in here. Anyways, this is a top-down sweater. It's a raglan style sweater that is a mohair and fingering weight sweater that I love. It's very simple, but I made the no frill sweater as you guys saw, and that has been my favorite sweater. I wore it so much after I finished it until it got warm. So I think it's the mohair. I think it was the mohair with the fingering, and the gauge of that just feels so good on my body. So I decided to make this one, which has this really cute detailing in the back. It has a twisted stitch triangle that goes down the back, and then it continues like with a single line down the center of it. I don't have a picture to show you because I ran out of printer ink and haven't printed the pattern yet, but if you go to the pattern page, you'll see tons of them, or if you keep checking back on my podcast, you'll see this grow. But it has a twisted rib neckline that goes into that really cute back part, and then the shoulder increases are really nice as well. Just pretty simple, basic raglan otherwise. And then on the sleeves, it also has a triangle twisted rib design, which I love. It's very simple and very just like wearable. I'm really excited to wear this whenever I finish it. It hasn't got a lot of time. It's been very enjoyable. The pattern's pretty easy, I think, to read. There's a lot going on. You really need to focus on it, especially in this top part because you're doing increases and short rows and twisted ribbing designs and all of that. So you need to be able to focus at the beginning, but then it'll eventually turn into a mindless knit. But what was I going to say? I'm using Chiagu needles. I didn't swatch or anything. I just went with what I used for my no frill because I like that gauge. So yeah, that's that. Sorry, I have to switch away. I'm so sorry. Guys, I am a spaz today. Sorry. The yarn that I am using is Knit Picks Aloof in the carbon colorway, which honestly, way more blue than I thought it would be. I thought carbon was like a smoky gray color or smoky black color, but it's kind of blue. And I'm pairing that with this Hello Stella Van Collection yarn in the type 2 colorway, I think. Type 2, that sounds right. And it is creating this really cool texture. It's like the green with like a blue tinge to it, and then this has tweed in it, so it's kind of tweedy, and it's really cool. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's a really fun knit. I have just had to put my time onto other commitments right now, such as those socks and a sample knit that I'm going to show you. So this has kind of been put on the back burner, but I'm very much enjoying it. I've been following the pattern to a T so far. Can't remember what size I'm making, but I know I got 5 balls of Knit Picks mohair. This is quite nice as well. I know mohair can be quite expensive, but this was pretty affordable. I got 20% off because I bought 5 balls. I think I only needed 4, but if you bought 5 balls, you got 20% off. So I just went ahead and did that because it was like getting the 5th ball free, so why not? I'll use it for something. And then I have 3 skeins of this, and this is 120 yards. So I may have some left over of this, I'm imagining. Yeah, I'm super enjoying this. I really want to work on it now that I'm holding it because it's very soft. Like this Knit Picks mohair is quite good. I've only used mohair a couple of other times, and this is probably one of the softer ones for sure. So I definitely think it's worth the money. They don't have a huge color selection, so that's a bit disappointing, but I think you'll be able to find what you're looking for if you're just looking for a solid to pair with something cool. I just wanted to make something cool, and I think this is definitely doing it. I really hope you guys can see how cool that blue tinge looks with the green and the tweed. I love it. I can't wait to work on it some more. It's a very clever design, and I know I'm going to wear it a ton when I finish it. I can't wait to show you guys it as it grows. All right, so moving right along to my last works in progress that I'm actually working on. I have some whips that have been sitting around for a while, but we don't need to talk about those. Anyways, that is living in this adorable, what is it called? Kinsley and Tween? No. Tanny and Casey bag that I got from Autumn and Indigo. And I have a cute little pin on there from Twill and Print. So, yeah. I am working on the Novelli tee by Caitlin Hunter or Boylan Knitworks. Surprise, surprise. But this is a sample knit for my friend Jen over at Lane and Lotus. As you guys know, I talk about her all the time. I just really enjoy her yarns. And she reached out to me and she asked if I would happen to have some time to sample knit something for her. And of course I do, because I just love knitting. And any excuse to knit, I'm gonna take it. All right, so the Novelli tee is Caitlin Hunter's newest design. It's kind of a sister pattern to her Maritimo tee, which I've also made, and her Tenya, which I have also made. She said that she's going to come out with a pattern every summer to add to that collection, which I think is such a cool idea. This is a bottom-up sweater that is short-sleeved, and it has a drop shoulder with some ribbing on the top. It's really cool. I am using Lane and Lotus's Autumnal Equinox, Country Comfort, and I also have her Can't Bring Me Down. So this is going to be the body. I haven't caked it up yet because I don't cake it up until I'm ready to use it because I'm lazy. And this is the light contrast and the dark contrast, and they are really great together, obviously. She has great taste. That is a really deep royal blue navy color, a yellow mustard color, as you can tell, and then this is a light color with speckles of blue and greeny chartreuse colors. It's really nice. Anyways, it is being worked up on my needles in the 4mm. And here we are. I don't know how this looks on the camera. Hopefully it's doing good things. Oh, I shouldn't stretch it out so much, I suppose. I'm not very far. I think I'm about 15 rounds into the color work. So not very far at all. So it's really hard to show, but it's working up really nicely. It's really enjoyable. The chart's really easy to read. I wish I could show you guys better. I am working the size 4, which is what Jen asked me to do for her. And it's going swimmingly. It's a lot of stitches to get through, and I did separate the sections out with stitch markers just so if I make a mistake, it's going to be so much easier to find and I won't have to rip out the entire thing or anything like that, because this is for somebody else. I don't want to waste my time doing that. I don't want to make them wait even longer, and it just seemed like the right thing to do. I don't really have much to say right now because I've just started. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make one for myself after this because it's a lot of color work. And I really like color work, but I also really don't like color work. So it's kind of like a love-hate relationship. I don't know. Regardless, I am quite enjoying this pattern, and I know that it's going to look so good when it's done. I hope my color work does it justice. And I don't know, I always get nervous when it's for somebody else. I just hope she thinks my knitting looks as good in person as she thinks it does online. It's such a nerve-wracking thing. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about it right now. You'll see it in upcoming episodes, I hope. Hopefully I don't just send it back and don't make another video about it. I will remember to. Anyways, yeah. Sorry, I'm so scatterbrained. We talked about this like 100 times. I just keep repeating myself. Back in the bag. That is my Novelli tee. And I just had a couple of bags I wanted to show you for sewing. Nothing crazy. Little two little things. So the first thing, I literally just finished like right before I started the podcast, and it is a cute little notions pouch, which is in like a triangle form. And it's currently holding my stitch markers, as you can see. Go back in there, we don't need you right now. But I just thought these would be so cute to attach to your favorite project bags. I put a little keychain on there, and I don't know, I really liked it. My husband took me to Joann's this morning, and I picked out this adorable cupcake fabric, and so yeah. And my mom sent me a bunch of 7-inch zippers, so I had no idea what to do with them, and so that's where this came from. Thanks, Mom. You made me a notions pouch, and now I can make so many more, and I'm so excited because they're so cute. And the other day, a couple weeks ago actually, I made this cute little sock bag. So I think this is the design I'm going to go with for my sock bags and maybe my shawl bags, but we'll see. This is just so cute. It's a cute triangle, and you can open the zipper just a little bit to pull your string out and hold it on your wrist and knit. So I really enjoy those. It matches my other pineapple bag. The lining is also the same, and they're really easy to like fold up if you need to, or whatever you want to do with them. I really like these ones. I really like my little notions pouch. Can't wait to like carry it around with me because it's so cute. So I think I might actually make myself one for work as well. I'm a dog walker. Excuse me. And I think it'd be really cute to like put the little poop bags in this. So I may play around with that. But they're so cute. I love them. Okay. Guys, I think that's all I have to talk about. My pile grew over here. If you can see that, I don't know. I think you can. Good thing you can't see behind you because my fabric is everywhere. My husband's gone, so I spread out. And yeah, I don't know. That's all I have to say. Thank you guys for joining me today. I'm sorry I talk so fast. I have nowhere to be. I have nothing else to do, so I have all the time in the world to film this, but I'm just so excited to talk to you. I have a lot of energy, and that's what happens. Anyways, thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Leave a comment down below if you have anything you want to chat about, and subscribe to my channel for more fun videos like this one, and I'll see you guys next time.